I'm telling you this to the glory of God, that God can take care of you, but it comes with walking with Him. Sometimes God will tell you to do crazy things you will never understand. Sometimes you will have some seed there, and God will tell you, go and empty that seed in the church. They will call you a fool. Someone will write on Facebook, continue giving your money to churches, and you remain poor. They don't understand. I gave my money to church, I never remained poor. People have forgotten that God works in times and seasons. He also works with principles. He also works with faith. So when you're working with God, time is a factor, faith is a factor, and principles are factors. Maybe let me drop this bomb before we continue. Listen, there is a policy for covenant financial blessings in the church. Every church, every nation has a system that generates money. Are you following what I'm saying? The nation of heaven also has a system. You must learn to partner that system by principles. By what? Principles. If you don't understand those principles, you are in trouble. I finished my first 40 days. That's 3 years ago. 40 days fasting. The day I finished the fast, God said, go and give your car out as a seed. My only lunch box. Please, are you following this thing? It was the hardest thing. I couldn't imagine that I'll give my car out. I gave it to my spiritual father, one of my spiritual fathers, who have been in ministry for many years. At a point, sold his car for ministry. God says, give it to me. That day, I made him preach. He didn't know the car was the honorarium. I gave him the keys. He wept and he blessed me. Was it last year? Was last year? So last year, I finished the same 40 days. That very day I came, a new car came. The very day. 2 months later, I thought that was the end. God brought me another car. Obedience. Obedience pays. So sacrifice, it pays. That same time when I returned there, the Lord said, take your laptop and give it to one of your spiritual sons for him to use it at church. When I took the laptop, the Lord said, laptop, and then I'm going to project it. I'm going to sing and then project it. Add your TV to it. And I took my TV and laptop. I called him. He put it in the taxi, left with it. Guys, somebody gave me physical cash to go and buy television. I didn't need it, but I deliberately bought it to shame the devil. I bought a 65-inch television, very huge, very big. And I'm still watching it. When we go to the new auditorium, I'm going to give that TV also out. And I'll get 100-inch. It works by principles. I remember years ago, see, learn this thing now. If you don't learn this thing, it will affect you. My mother, every time my mother is giving an offering, she's giving something for the children. My mother give offering for the children. Offering. See, some seeds. My mother go and take money from my father. Go and give certain sacrifices. He said, if you want your son to be a pastor, come and sow a seed. And she will take it. She'll go and sow it. If you want all your children to have good marriages, go and sow a seed. Take offering. Come and put it down. My mother was doing this. I'm talking about 25, 30 years ago. And I tell you, to the glory of God, it has affected all the children. Sow proper seeds. I was amazed during the building project. There was one of the Heavenians here. She went to do a contract work, and the amount of money they gave to her was 20,000. She came to tell me that, Papa, the building project, I don't have any money. But that money that I'm receiving at the end of the contract, I am giving everything to the building project. My heart was beating for her, and I said, you know something, sometimes I feel for people. So when people want to do sacrifice, me, when I do it, I don't feel for myself. But when people are doing it and they tell me, I feel for them. So I said, can you? He says, no, that's what the Lord told me to do. And she brought it. Now, what this lady has done is that she has already paid for a future. People don't know that. People don't know that. These are secrets. Listen, your life is a seed. Every action, every activity you do, you are sowing somewhere or something.